Here's a question from Connie Bird. And basically what Connie says is, why are we continuing to be a gimme nation instead of a nation of personal responsibility? And I think that's a very good question, Connie. In fact, a number of years ago, I began to talk about that America, at its foundation, was a nation of empowerment. And that people that came here originally had to pull their own wagon, but there was opportunity in this country. Over the years, somebody said maybe there were some people that should be able to ride in the wagon and not pull the wagon. But unfortunately, the number of people that are riding in the wagon are increasing at a much faster rate than the people that are actually pulling the wagon. And so we've become this nation of entitlement and moved away from a nation of empowerment. And so what that has caused is, it's one of the primary causes of all of the debt that we have right now. And when you look at the entitlement programs, mandatory programs, the ones that are on autopilot that I don't ever even get a chance to vote on, they're almost 2/3 of our budget. And in fact, today as we sit here, we're going to run around a $1.6 trillion deficit. And when you look at how that budget is broken down, about $1.2 trillion is what we call discretionary spending. That's the spending that, as your congressman, I get to vote on. The other $2.4 trillion are these mandatory programs like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and other mandatory programs. And so when we say we've got to quit spending money we don't have, if we eliminated, for example, all of the discretionary spending, the $1.2 trillion, we'd still have a $400 billion deficit. And so when we look at where is the fastest amount of growth that's coming, it's quite honestly coming from the gimme programs that Connie refers to. And so one of the things that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make some tough choices, and we're going to have to move our nation back to the founding principles of empowerment and away from entitlement. But providing a pathway where people can save. Right now today, our tax code really punishes people that are saving and investing and rewards people that are borrowing. And how does that manifest it? Well, when the interest that you earn or the dividends you receive on your investment are taxed. But when you borrow money, in many cases, you can deduct the interest expense on that. So, Connie, you're exactly right. I think we're going to have to make some tough choices. But I think the way we start that process is getting America back to work. Today we have an unemployment rate of almost 9.2% in this country. And so if we get America going again, the way we do that is leave the money in the hands of the American people and the small businesses across this country, not raise taxes, but let them invest that money, have a tax policy that encourages investment and savings, that we can move our country in the direction of a country that's a personal responsibility, people pulling the wagon rather than riding in the wagon.